Hey Screamers, welcome to the third review, and what better review to give than our 2013, 14, 15, and 16 Haunted Attraction of the Year, FrightWorld. America's biggest, baddest scream park is just outside of Buffalo, located in a town called Tonawanda. For the last 4 years, it has been our Haunted Attraction of the Year. For the last 4 years, we have driven almost 7 hours from the Jersey Shore all the way to the border of Canada to experience our scariest attraction of the region. Get ready for a really exciting, loud review from me because I love FrightWorld. Boasting 5 separate, terrifying, sinister, dark, creepy attractions, there is a lot to do and scream about at FrightWorld. So wasting no time, we immediately began our night with our 2013 Haunted House of the Year, Erie State Asylum. What I love about this attraction is the authenticity and the attention paid to detail. The fact that they actually went out and got real-life hospital equipment that beeps and makes sounds. I mean, they even went and got a morgue and put it in a haunted house and then jammed it full of talented, skilled, dedicated actors who throw themselves at you, throw themselves on the equipment, run from room to room, scaring you multiple times. It's just amazing. It really makes you feel like you're walking through the halls of a real insane asylum. I have never ever seen actors like this before. The way that the haunted house is set up, you have a long hallway, and on each side of the hallway there are numerous doors. And through the hallway there is various pieces of equipment that kind of keep you from just walking straight down the hallway. You have to go from room to room. So it really gives the actors the ability to go from one room across the hall to the other room, or tease you from a distance down the hallway. So you're looking down, you're like, oh, you see this person, and they're laughing, and then you go into a room, and then you go into the next room, and bam, they're right there. It's a really awesome, genius effect to do because it kind of limits the amount of actors that are inside the haunted house itself, and it gives the actors the ability to free roam and just really have fun with you, taunt you, tease you the entire time. There's nothing about this attraction that I could say anything wrong about. It's just awesome. For me, if you follow me, you've read a lot of my reviews, you know that insane asylums kind of unnerve me a little bit. They kind of creep me out because, you know, it is a real thing. They are around there. I don't think they're called insane asylums. They're mental institutions. It's something that's real. And the fact that these actors are so talented and skilled at it and executing an insane asylum patient, it makes it even more terrifying. It gets to the point where I start going like this halfway through the haunted house because all you're hearing are bangs, you're hearing laughter, you're hearing screaming, they're saying like crazy things to you. It's just amazing to experience, and I'm so glad that we did it as our first house of the night. Moving on from the asylum, it was time for Insanity. Now, Insanity has called FrightWorld home for the last 3 years and takes the shape of an actual maze, meaning you are the mouse trying to find your way out. Now, if you've been following me and reading my reviews for the last 7 years, you know that we have run into a few of these attractions throughout the region. Now, they either work or they don't. FrightWorld works every single time. And the reason why is because it's comprised of nothing but chain link fences, dense fog, strobe lighting, heavy, blinding lights, and loud music. Then they kick it up a notch by adding actors. The actors add a whole nother level of intensity to this haunted house. When you're walking through, you get to the point where you want to pull out your hair, you start screaming, you start walking fast, you're confused, you just want to get out. And the actors are no help. They lead you down the wrong path, they close some chain link fences behind you, they pop up out of the fog, they come in and out of sight using the fog as a shield. It's just awesome. The only thing I will say is that this year, the actors kind of lacked a little bit of intensity from years past, and I know I'm not supposed to, talk about years past, but it wasn't that intense inside, and we did find our way out a little bit more easier. I mean, we have been here the last 4 years in a row, and it's been open for 3 years. There is one part that I do want to mention, but I don't want to give any details away, and that is the final scare at the end of the attraction. You focus on something that you think is real, and it turns out that that distraction is distracting you from the real scare charging at you down the hallway. It was the most intense scare I have ever experienced, ever. I turned around and actually looked at Joe and said, okay, I'm sweating. Immediately leaving Insanity, it was time for their newest attraction, Camp Massacre. Now, Camp Massacre is basically... I don't know what that was. Nothing like reviewing a haunted house and then something in your house falls off the counter. Definitely creeps you out. Camp Massacre is a Friday the 13th inspired attraction. So if Jason Voorhees or the movies are something that you love or you find scary, then you're going to love this attraction. But if you're like me or Joe, who think that the 1980 villains, slasher movies need to be put to bed and never woken up, then it's going to fall short for you. I don't want to take anything away from FrightWorld themselves. They built a beautiful attraction. I've never seen a place be able to pull off an outdoor-style attraction while being indoors. It's kind of mind-boggling that you get that feeling that you're outside, but you're really under a roof. The actors inside were all on point. However, for me, just the entire attraction as a whole lacked, and that's mainly because of the main focus of the attraction being Jason Voorhees. He does nothing for me at the age of 32. Maybe when I was 14 or 15 years old, I found him scary. Kind of old. It's kind of repetitive. I think it's time to put it to bed. However, I do get what FrightWorld is doing here. Friday the 13th hasn't happened in over 10 years. It hasn't occurred during the month of October. However, this year it has. That was actually when we visited, was Friday the 13th. So it makes complete sense that they are basing a house off of Friday the 13th during the month of October when Friday the 13th actually occurred. Makes total sense. So if Jason Voorhees or the Friday the 13th movies don't do anything for you, I would strongly suggest starting the night off with this house and then work your way around to the other ones. Who knows? You might actually find it terrifying and have a completely different experience than we did. We might have been there on an off night. Who knows? If you did and you found it absolutely terrifying, let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you thought. We'd like to know, because this being the new attraction at FrightWorld, it's always interesting to see what people think of something new. I hope that it is a one-year haunt. I hope it's not back next year. I know that's mean of me to say, but again, slasher villains don't really do anything for me. Camp Massacre was our least favorite of the night. Now, this is where it's about to get real. And the reason why is because our fourth attraction of the night, Night Stalkers. If I seem a little hesitant to discuss this attraction, it's because it's the only, in cap, only attraction out there thus far that has actually thoroughly scared me and creeped me out. And the reason why is because you go through the entire attraction like this with a single flashlight. Now you're probably scratching your head saying to yourself, there are tons of haunted houses out there where you are given a flashlight and you must find your way out. That's true, but are you in control of the light? Most likely yes. Here at FrightWorld, you are not. They control it. They turn it off. They turn it on. They make it flicker. They make it strobe. You are at the mercy of their power and at the mercy of the actors that are inside. Who, by the way, I think have special powers. I think they have night vision inside their eyes. Because if I was inside and I had to work in a blackout haunted house, I'd be running into everything. I'd be like knocking people over. It would be like destroyed. It would crumble on itself on top. I've never experienced a haunted attraction where I have come out sweating, I have come out with my heart racing, and I've come out wanting to sit down and take a break. Night Stalkers has done all three at the exact same time. My heart was racing, I was sweating, and I needed to sit down and take a break. To me, Night Stalkers is without a doubt the most terrifying, scariest, and creepiest attraction I have ever been through. The combination of darkness, dreariness, gloominess, inability to control your light, the actors who are skilled in slithering in and around you and using the darkness to their advantage, it is just creepy. I don't know what else to say. I just can't. I feel like you need to stop whatever you're doing, get in your car, drive forever how long it takes you. I don't care if it takes you 24 hours. Go to FrightWorld. Even if Night Stalkers is the only thing that you do, it will be completely worth it. It is the most terrifying thing I have ever experienced in my life. Better than Halloween Horror Night. You heard it from me. Forget Halloween Horror Night. Go to FrightWorld and experience Night Stalkers. You will pee your pants. After taking the 5-minute break that I needed, catching my breath, and wiping myself off with a rag, it was time for the final house of the night, Grindhouse. This sinister attraction basically is a combination of The Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's basically comprised of nothing but junk and trash. So dark, creepy, and just unsettling in the sense because the actors inside are so intense, just like in the asylum. It pretty much takes on the same shape as the asylum as well. It's got a large hallway with rooms on either side where the actors really have the ability to weave in and out of the rooms and really mess with you and taunt you and tease you. The one thing that I will say that I felt like was lacking is there was no over-the-head kind of eerie, creepy music that you'd hear in those movies. I feel like that would really complete the mood and really make Grindhouse like the best of the night for me. What made it so great was the actors inside. Got me multiple times. They really use the space and are really dedicated to really messing with you. They are wearing pig masks. They are wearing overalls. They are covered and smothered in blood. They are running into doors, laughing at you, calling at you, snarling at you. It's just a very scary and creepy attraction. It's the oldest at FrightWorld, so it has a lot to live up to, and it never disappoints. It's always one of our top favorites. We enjoyed it so much that we actually awarded it House of the Night. Every year, we crew at FrightWorld know exactly what house was the best of the night, and Grindhouse for us was the best of the night. It was just awesome. It was so scary. It was just great. I mean, you have to just get yourself there. I don't know how many times I can say scary, creepy, and terrifying in one review. You have to get yourself there to experience these attractions. Overall, for the 5th year in a row, FrightWorld still surprises us, still scares us, and still makes us smile from cheek to cheek. I am a FrightWorld fanboy. I forever always will be. Anyone who is willing to drive an extended amount of time to experience one of the most terrifying attractions in the area, I will always say to you, FrightWorld in Tonawanda, New York. Get yourself there. 5 attractions. 4 of them this year were absolutely terrifying. One of them fell a little short, but that's okay. It doesn't matter, because houses like Night Stalkers and Grindhouse made up for it. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. We love the crew there, dedicated. They really love what they do. They're really in it for just the sheer fact of scaring the crap out of you. That's all they want to do when you get there, is they just want to scare the crap out of you. I have never in my life seen a group of actors like I have seen at FrightWorld. If you guys are watching, you guys are a bunch of weirdos. I love it. I love you guys. You guys make the attractions everything that they ought to be. You enjoy everything that you do because you guys are awesome in our book. If you are in the area, if you are visiting, heading to Niagara Falls, visiting Buffalo, or you have nothing to do on a weekend, get yourself there and experience our 2013, 14, 15, and 16 Haunted Attraction of the Year. You will not be disappointed. That is all from me for this review of FrightWorld, America's biggest, baddest, and best scream park. If you have experienced FrightWorld or you have anything that you want to share with us, comment down below. Don't forget to like and share the video, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hope to see you next time here on FrightTour.com. Until then, happy screaming.